I'm Dato Nurul Cynthia. I represent my company, Agensi Pekerjaan Priston Sdn Bhd. We started about 23 years ago, very humble beginnings. And today, we specialize in the application and recruitment of home helpers, what we Malaysians call housemaid, foreign workers, all the way as high as expatriates to the local general workers, and also the recruitment of local candidates. So that's what we do, and that's what we specialize in for the last 23 years. Oh, 23 years ago, it was of course financial freedom, and time freedom. You wanted to be the boss, you wanted to have it all. So what else than to set up your own company? For my company in my industry, for the last 25 years, government has issued 2 major licenses. Okay, this is very technical, it's very jargon. We have what we call the outsourcing license, and that was about 18-20 years ago. And currently, for the last 3 to 5 years, we have what we call the highest grade of license of recruitment. It's called License C. So I'm very glad to say that my company owns both of these licenses. So that would be our greatest achievements throughout these years. Within the next 3 years, I am actually planning to set up a training center in Malaysia, a holistic training center, not just any training center, whereby when the helpers arrive at the airport, instead of sending them directly to the employer's home, they will come to our training center as a transit point, probably for about 2 weeks, and then there we will groom them to be that particular helper that particular employer family wants, to fit into their family's culture and of course to understand Malaysia culture as a whole. Okay, number one, we always manja our clients very much, and we have a lot of clientele from the royalty to the VVIPs to the expatriates. So we always manja them, and also we set very realistic expectations, and we educate them that you are getting a helper and that it's not a duplicate of you. Because a lot of employers, they will tell you, but it's common sense, they should know how to do that, So to differentiate, first of all, we have to make sure that when the helper comes, they are happy. Compatibility rate is extremely high. So that we will stand out among all our competitors. They always say, oh, go to DC, go to Dato Cynthia, because her mates are always good, they don't give you trouble. Because when you have that compatibility, you will of course decrease the percentage of any problems arising. So that's what makes us very different. And in our SOP, I always make it a point, it's extremely crucial, that we will pay a visit to our prospective employers in their own home. We don't just talk to them on the phone, we don't just meet them at Starbucks, but we make sure we are very persistent that we get invited into their house. They have to invite us no matter how. And once you are in the employer's home, we are actually the eyes and the ears of our potential helper. Or this is how the home looks like. They have 3 children, the eldest is like that, the youngest is like that, And then we are able to find a prospective helper that we know high possibility will be able to fit into the employer's house. So that is what we call focus profiling. We are very targeted in that focus profiling. I would like to explain a little bit further here, because there are a lot of unique situations. I once came across an employer. Her kids were all grown up, all overseas, boarding schools, so it was just her and her husband. And she told me, actually, I'm not very particular. The house was a penthouse, condo penthouse. She said, okay lah, title, so most of the things can just be okay, it's fine, But I am obsessed. She told me the word obsessed. I am obsessed with how my bed is made. It must be made exactly the way that I want it. The pillows at a certain angle, the duvet, the comforter must be folded at a certain, the crease and the lines all must be just absolutely precise. She said, if that doesn't happen, it will ruin my whole day. So we have unique requests like this. So we had to actually send the helper to a hotel, housekeeping, to learn how to make the bed exactly how she wanted it. These things you cannot talk over the phone and you cannot see, and they won't tell you if you meet at Starbucks. These are things that are intimate, personal to them, and they would feel relaxed in their home and they open up to you. And two examples. Another one, this is very humorous, so I'd like to share with you. I had an employer, also husband and wife, travels a lot, kids all big, and she said, I have 23 cats, and my cats are like my kids. So I need somebody who is very passionate about cats, who has the patience to look after my cat like her kids, okay? And she has to cook for the 23 cats, cook. Not cat food, yeah? Literally cook for the cats. She said, my kids are fine. If she don't cook for my kids, it's okay. They can grab pay. They are big. They can drive the car. They can go out. Okay? But my cats cannot call grab food pay. There is no grab cat pay. So you have to cook for my cats. 23 cats, and some of the cats have different taste buds. You know, some like this like this, some like this like this. Okay? So these are things that you know, that when we bring a helper and she says, oh, I love cats, you know, the minute the employers see her with the cats, happy, you got 80% of the compatibility already. You know, all the other things are put aside. So this is what we do. This makes us stand out from our competitors, and this is what, when we do research and survey from our customers, they always tell us this is the point that they appreciate the most, that we took the time, we sat down with them, we understood what was their needs and wants, sometimes better than them themselves. You know, sometimes they tell you, oh, anybody will do lah, I'm okay, I very chin chai one, you know. But when the maid arrives, there are certain things that she likes done in a certain way. You know, so we try and target those things and make sure that we have that particular candidate, that when she come in, right, she will feel like, oh, okay, I like cats. Employer say, I like you liking my cats. So we have, yeah, things like that. Over the years, I prefer pastel. I used to like very gothic colors, but I have mellowed down, so pastel colors. To never ever stop learning. Life is an ever-learning journey and not just a destination. Oh, definitely, absolutely. Good, bad, life is nothing without surprises, you know. You laugh, you cry, you shout, you yell, you jump. Of course, surprises. Oh, okay. Like I said, we are in the foreign worker recruitment business. This pandemic has actually brought us to an absolute standstill. Okay, it has hit us extremely severely. We lost more than 95% of our income. All right. So the first thing that we salvaged was our staff. The clients were absolutely wonderful. Like I said, like, you know, we know them, we meet them, so they become our friends, you know. So they don't pester us, they don't yell at us, you know. So they are understanding and they are patient. So we step up to salvage our staff, because most of my team has been with me for more than 10 years, 12 years, some even 15, 18 years, you know. And they were bringing back good money to the family. And suddenly when this happened, when we couldn't afford to pay them, what we did was that we looked for jobs for them through our own network, through our own clientele, people who already knew them, who were talking to them very oftenly, you know. So we put in good recommendations letter for them, and we found them jobs so that they could continue with their livelihood and their lifestyle would not be so severely affected. So that was our main concern, to take care of our team. My business is at an absolute standstill, you know, but what we did now, what we are doing now, okay, is that we are fine-tuning the SOPs, you know, a lot of things that we were just too busy for over the course of 20 over years. So we are fine-tuning the SOPs, we are updating all the records. We have a system now that records all of our employees' birthdays. You know, and me as the director, I'm learning how to be more friendly towards social media. You know, I set up my own FB page. Yeah. You know, so how these things can also help us to impact when the pandemic is over, so that we can come back faster and stronger. On a personal side, my kids are home 24/7. Okay. My eldest is back from boarding school, so we have more bonding time, you know. And my husband is a chef. He's in the F&B industry. So during this time, I volunteered myself to help him. No choice given lah. I volunteered, he had to accept, to help him manage his business on a marketing level, to bring it to greater heights, you know, because we have our own kedai makan, we produce our own healthy sausages, you know. So a lot of things going on. A lot of things that I usually wouldn't have the time, and I wouldn't have thought about doing it because I was so much in my comfort zone, you know. So yeah, there's always a blessing in everything. So I have been busy, and for the business, we are preparing for post-pandemic. We are fine-tuning on all the SOPs, you know. So post-pandemic, we foresee that the business would be very much more higher, because a lot of employers, the maids have gone back, you know, they have not have maids, you know, a lot of things, and they are left stranded without a maid for this 1 over year. So once the borders are open, immigration resumes, everything back to normal, we foresee that there will be a very high demand. So with the SOPs in place, we are looking to recruit more good independent marketeers to join us on our team force, you know. So I believe that everything has to have a SOP. You cannot work without a system. So we are fine-tuning the system. We are upgrading our online portal. We have the programmers working with us, everything, you know. So once post-pandemic, actually now by next month, we are going to start recruiting new marketing staff to train them to be with us, because we foresee that probably in June, things should be back to normal. As a woman who has been in business for a very long time, okay, I have come to believe you are who you perceive yourself to be, regardless of gender. Gender has nothing to do with posing an additional challenge or giving you an additional advantage. It's what you want. So I choose what I want to do rather than to see it as a challenge, you know. And the same goes for advantages. To me, is that how you want to carry yourself? You know, whether it's an advantages or a challenges, it depends on how you carry yourself, what you believe your skills are, regardless of your gender. My industry is really male dominated. It's very extremely competitive, you know, and yeah, our competitors are all the males. We deal with foreign workers. It's male dominated, our clients, everything, you know. But it's how you perceive and what you choose that ultimately decides where you end up, not just because of your gender. Persistency. I always believe in persistency, especially now with the modern technology. I see people giving up very fast because they want instant gratification. Do 1, 2, 3, cannot, then that's it, you know. So persistency, of course, persistency in a smart way, in an intelligent way. You learn from your mistakes, you pick yourself up, you do not give up, you go again and again and again, and you get better with every fall. If you have that persistency, I believe, especially in today's society, you will have won more than half the battle, because your competitors will have fallen off after the second stumble. But if you pick up yourself, persistency in an intelligent way to move forward and to continue to strive, you know, that would be my advice. And a second part to it, I was just having a drink with a dentistry yesterday, a dear friend, would be once you reach to the top, or when you are almost there, okay, the higher the ladder of success that you climb, always remember to be even more humble. It's great to be on top. There's nothing wrong with being on top. But when you're there, look back, stretch out your hand, ask the next person, do you need a hand? Come, that is success. You know, to be able to share and to grow together, but yet brave enough to have the courage and the dignity to lead.